It hit me in the dead of night. The darkness was thick, almost suffocating, wrapping around me like a heavy blanket. The silence was eerie, broken only by the occasional creak of the house settling. One minute I was sound asleep, lost in a peaceful dream. I was floating in a serene landscape, where everything was calm and tranquil. The kind of dream that makes you feel weightless, free from the burdens of reality. The next, I was jolted awake, gasping for air like a fish out of water. My heart pounded in my chest, each beat echoing in my ears like a drum. The transition from dream to reality was jarring, like being yanked from a warm embrace into an icy abyss. My lungs felt heavy, as if someone had poured concrete down my throat. The sensation was suffocating, each breath a struggle against an invisible force. It was as if my body had forgotten how to breathe, each inhale and exhale a monumental effort. Each breath I managed to take was shallow, unsatisfying, and laced with a terrifying wheeze. The sound was haunting, a reminder of my fragility. I could feel the panic rising, a tidal wave of fear threatening to overwhelm me. Fear, cold and sharp, cut through the fog in my brain. It was a primal fear, the kind that grips you in its icy claws and refuses to let go. My mind raced, searching for answers, for a way out of this nightmare. Something was terribly wrong. This wasn't just a bad dream or a late-night coughing fit. This was real, and it was happening to me. The realization hit me like a punch to the gut, leaving me reeling. This was different, something far more sinister lurking beneath the surface. It was as if my body was betraying me, turning against itself in a cruel twist of fate. The atmosphere was thick with dread, each second stretching into an eternity. My body, usually a source of strength and vitality, had turned against me, waging war within its own fragile ecosystem. Every muscle, every organ seemed to be in rebellion, a mutiny within my own skin. The pain was relentless, a constant reminder of my vulnerability. The gravity of the situation hit me with the force of a tidal wave. It was overwhelming, a crushing weight that threatened to pull me under. I felt helpless, adrift in a sea of uncertainty and fear. I was drowning, not in an ocean or a lake, but in the very fluid meant to sustain my lungs. Each breath was a battle, a desperate struggle to stay afloat. The irony was not lost on me. The very essence of life was now my greatest enemy. The room seemed to close in around me, the walls pressing in as if to suffocate me further. I knew I had to fight, to claw my way back to the surface. But the path was unclear, shrouded in darkness and fear. As a doctor, I knew the human body was a complex and delicate machine. Every organ, every cell worked in harmony to sustain life. I had spent countless hours studying, memorizing, and understanding the intricate details of human anatomy and physiology. I had dedicated my life to understanding its intricacies. From the first day of medical school to the countless nights spent in the hospital, my journey was one of relentless pursuit of knowledge and skill. But in that moment, all my medical knowledge felt distant and theoretical. The textbooks, the lectures, the clinical rotations, they all seemed like a distant memory, overshadowed by the immediate and terrifying reality I was facing. This wasn't a textbook case. It was my reality, a terrifying medical mystery unfolding within my own flesh and blood. The symptoms were all too real, and the fear was palpable. I could feel my own body betraying me, each breath a struggle, each heartbeat a reminder of my vulnerability. The hours that followed were a blur of panic and confusion. The hospital, usually a place of order and control, now felt like a chaotic battlefield. Medical staff rushed past me, their faces masks of concern and urgency. Every breath was a Herculean effort, my chest constricting with each failed attempt to draw in a full, life-sustaining breath. The sensation was unlike anything I had ever experienced, a suffocating grip that tightened with each passing second. The wheezing grew louder, a terrifying soundtrack to my own personal horror movie. Each gasp for air was accompanied by a high-pitched whistling sound, a cruel reminder of my body's struggle. My heart pounded against my ribs, a frantic drumbeat urging me to action. The monitor's beeping was relentless, each spike in heart rate a signal of my body's distress. I knew I needed help, and fast. The realization hit me like a ton of bricks. I couldn't handle this on my own. I needed the expertise and support of my colleagues, the very people I had worked alongside for years. This wasn't something I could simply sleep off or will away. The severity of my condition was undeniable, and the stakes were higher than ever. My life was on the line, and every second counted. This was an emergency, a race against time, and my life hung precariously in the balance. The medical team sprang into action, their movements a blur of efficiency and precision. I was no longer the doctor. I was the patient, placing my trust in their capable hands. The journey ahead was uncertain, but one thing was clear. I was fighting for my life, and I wasn't alone. The diagnosis came back with a sobering finality: pulmonary edema, Fluid my own body's doing had accumulated in the alveoli, those tiny air sacs in my lungs where oxygen is exchanged for carbon dioxide. It was as if my lungs had become waterlogged sponges, unable to perform their vital function. The weight of this knowledge, the sheer terror of drowning from within, was almost unbearable. My body, normally a well-oiled machine, had malfunctioned, and the consequences were terrifyingly real. I thought of my family, my patients who relied on my expertise, my own mortality. The fragility of life, a concept I understood intellectually, became painfully, undeniably clear in that moment. The hospital became my new reality, a whirlwind of sterile hallways, beeping machines, and the concerned faces of medical professionals. I, who had so often been the one providing comfort and reassurance, was now the one clinging to hope, relying on the expertise of my colleagues to save me. Needles pierced my skin, tubes snaked into my veins, and a mask covered my face, forcing oxygen into my starved lungs. Each intervention, though uncomfortable and invasive, was a lifeline, a testament to the ingenuity of modern medicine and the unwavering dedication of those who practice it. Time seemed to warp, stretching and contracting in a disorienting dance. Days blurred into nights, marked only by the steady rhythm of the heart monitor and the periodic checks of my vitals. Section 5. A sea of machines. I was adrift in a sea of machines, each beep and whir a constant reminder of my own vulnerability. The ventilator, a mechanical lung, did the breathing for me, forcing air in and out of my waterlogged lungs. It was a strange sensation being both tethered to life support and acutely aware of my body's struggle to function. Through it all, the medical team worked tirelessly, their calm demeanor a stark contrast to the storm raging within my own body. They monitored my every breath, adjusted my medications, and offered words of encouragement, reminding me that I wasn't alone in this fight. Section 6. The long road back. Slowly, painstakingly, my body began to heal. The fluid in my lungs receded, the wheezing subsided, and the oxygen mask came off. I could breathe again, truly breathe, and the feeling was nothing short of miraculous. But the road to recovery was long and arduous. My muscles, weakened from days of inactivity, protested with every move. My lungs, still recovering from their ordeal, ached with every breath. Rehabilitation became my new focus, a series of small victories and hard-won milestones. Each step I took, each deep breath I managed, was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of modern medicine. Section 7. The power of breath. The experience left an indelible mark on me, both physically and emotionally. I emerged from the hospital a changed man, forever grateful for the gift of breath and the preciousness of life. The simple act of breathing, something I had always taken for granted, now held a profound new meaning. It was a privilege, a gift, a constant reminder of the delicate balance that sustains us. I carried this newfound appreciation for life back into my work, my relationships, and my own personal journey. It was a reminder to savor each moment, to live with intention, and to never take my health for granted. Section 8. Gratitude and Grace. This chapter is a reflection on the profound emotions and realizations that followed my life-altering experience. In the aftermath of my ordeal, I was overwhelmed by a profound sense of gratitude. It was a feeling that permeated every aspect of my being, a deep appreciation for the life I had been given back. Gratitude for the medical professionals who saved my life, for the unwavering support of my family and friends, and for the second chance I'd been given. Each day I found myself more thankful for the small moments, the smiles, the laughter, and even the tears. I also discovered a new level of empathy for my patients, a deeper understanding of the fear and uncertainty that often accompany illness. This empathy was not just a professional obligation, but a personal mission to connect with those in my care on a more human level. I learned that sometimes the most powerful medicine we can offer is a listening ear, a compassionate heart, and a reminder that we are all in this together. The act of truly listening, of being present, can be more healing than any medication or procedure. My experience taught me that life is a precious and fragile gift, one that can change in an instant. It made me acutely aware of the fleeting nature of our existence and the importance of cherishing every moment. It taught me the importance of listening to my body, advocating for my health, and never giving up hope, no matter how dire the circumstances. I realized that hope is a powerful force, one that can drive us to overcome the most daunting challenges. This newfound perspective led me to make significant changes in my life. I began to prioritize my well-being, engaging in activities that nurtured my body and soul. I embraced a healthier lifestyle, not just for myself, but as an example for others. Sharing my story became a way to inspire and encourage those around me. I wanted others to see that even in the darkest times, there is light to be found, and that gratitude and grace can guide us through the most challenging journeys. I found solace in the community, in the shared experiences and mutual support. Together, we created a network of strength and resilience, a testament to the power of human connection. As I continue on this path, I carry with me the lessons of gratitude and grace. They are my compass, guiding me through the complexities of life, reminding me to appreciate the beauty in every moment and to extend kindness to others. In the end, it is these moments of connection, of shared humanity, that define our existence. They are the true measure of a life well lived, a life filled with gratitude and grace. Section 9. Your story matters. I share my story not for sympathy, but for solidarity. We all have our own health battles, our own moments of fear and uncertainty. By sharing our stories, we break down the stigma surrounding illness, foster empathy and understanding, and create a community of support. Your story matters. It has the power to inspire, to educate, and to connect you with others who understand what you're going through. Whether you've faced a life-threatening illness, navigated a chronic condition, or simply struggled with your health in some way, your experience is valid and your voice deserves to be heard. Section 10. A community of hope. Together, let's build a community where we can share our stories, offer support to one another, and find strength in our collective humanity. Reach out to someone who might be struggling. Share your own health journey. Let's create a safe space where vulnerability is met with compassion and hope prevails over fear. Remember, you are not alone.